Serving time for a crime isn't supposed to be a walk in the park, but for the mentally ill in this country, it can be deadly. A Global News investigation has revealed how violent life can be inside our federal psychiatric centers. Jacques Bourbeau reports on those most at risk and the first steps to helping them.
Canoe James was a troubled woman who ended up dying alone in a cell in a psychiatric prison in Saskatoon. And her story is not unique. Statistics obtained by Global News shows Canada's psychiatric prisons are dangerous places to be. For example, more people died in Saskatoon's regional psychiatric centre than any other Canadian prison. And it has the highest number of assaults per capita.
It's a maximum security.
Farhad Raymond's son Rayhan suffers from mental illness. He's in a maximum security prison in Kingston after the treatment centre he was in closed down.
Makes me feel sick to my stomach, you know. Those kind of statistics are alarming, and it shouldn't be.
The numbers don't surprise correctional investigator Howard Sapers. Psychiatric prisons house the most troubled offenders. But he says the problem is made worse because they're more like prisons than mental health hospitals.
We believe at times security responses overtake healthcare responses.
The tragic case of Ashley Smith highlights this problem. The clearly troubled woman's outbursts were usually met by force.
It's brutalizing, and so, not surprising we see people's behaviors start to spiral in increasingly bizarre ways.
But mental health experts say there is a better alternative, and it can be found here in Brockville. On the outside, it looks like a prison. On the inside, it's run like a hospital.
If you have a patient who is presenting with violence, aggressive behavior, the first person that sees that patient will be who? The mental health nurse.
Today, the federal government took its first step to change the system, announcing a pilot project that will make 2 beds in provincial mental health centers available to female offenders.
I would call it a medical facility, therefore reducing greatly the risk of a tragic incident.
But until much more is done, mentally ill prisoners will likely remain the most vulnerable people in our prisons. Jacques Bourbeau, Global News, Ottawa.